A number of us as men do not know how to approach each other in such a way where we know we are learning how to approach each other vulnerably, right? We are learning how to give each other more open parts of ourselves. But what becomes difficult is it's almost like going to a construction site and saying you finna build a house, but you ain't got no tools. You feel what I'm saying? It affects our platonic relationships by us not having the tools to support one another in spaces of vulnerability. Because a lot of us believe that a man supporting another man in a space of vulnerability because we hypersexualize ourselves, we think it's homosexual, right? We perceive it to be homoerotic, and it's really not. It is just allowing yourself to be supported in a space where you need support, right? But I think we need to do a little bit of demystifying, right? And I think we need to do a little bit of reconstructing the narrative, because it's not as if though men are not vulnerable in their platonic relationships. It's more so along the lines of, once again, we have been taught to uplift one another through normalized male alexithymia and through those canned responses. You're gonna be all right, bro. Tough it out, pray about it, X, Y, Z, and A, B, and C. This is a reiteration of the things that we have been taught. We believe that these are the appropriate tools, right? And in the examination of how it is that those tools have created these structures, we recognize that these structures are rickety. But in us attempting to explore and gather other tools, we are met with the resistance of a society that does not have an archetype for an emotionally intelligent man. Right? So a number of men are not only just feeling the weight of not having the tools, they are feeling the weight of having to go find them and then carry them back. And I believe that a number of men underestimate that journey. One of the core pillars of traditional masculine ideology is anti-femininity.
Okay.
Anti-femininity means to stay away from anything that is resembling of a woman, right? It goes back into the rigid gender roles, or goes back into the rigidity of the presentation of gender, right? That rigidity means that if you have any portion of you that is feminine, it's not that, like, you have to remove it. It's almost seen as cancerous, right? Because if this grows in you, then you will become an inept man. You will become a woman, right? And the core of that growth is emotions. The core of that growth is emotional expression. Why? Because even since Grecian times, Roman times, the word hysterical, the root word is hyster. Hyster is also the root word to what? Hysterectomy. It is a condition of a woman to be emotional. So why are you being hysterical? Why are you acting literally like a pussy?
You know how many times I've seen comments where it's like, facts over feelings, logic over emotions. And it's like, bro, how do you expect someone that's very clearly feeling something to just disregard that?
Right.
But the thing is, because we're doing it so often ourselves, we're like, why can't you do that?
Right.
I'm doing that all the time.
Right.
I do that all the time. This is normal for me. So why can't you just do the same thing? And let's just push past this thing. And then it's a her thing.
Yes.
It's a her thing. It's not a me thing. There's nothing wrong with me because this is how I grew up and this is what's been working for me. But it's like, is it really working, bro?
It's not, because once again, we talk about, I love that quote, facts over feelings, because it's only facts over feelings if it aligns with how it is that you as the man feel.
Brother.
Like, let me say something that you don't feel good about. Now all of a sudden you want to argue. No, brother, you're not being factual. You're not being factual. You're not. Women are the more emotional creatures, brother. Did you know that when babies are born, they cry at the exact same rate? The exact same rate, right? It ain't no part of me that's feminine, brother. Men and women both have testosterone and estrogen in their bodies, both of them. They may not have them at the same, they may not have them at the same intensity, but they both exist, right? Women's frontal lobes develop a year faster than men's. So neurologically, that means that women are usually more logical than you are. So is it that she's more emotional, or is that she's angry because nobody's listening to what it is that she's saying? But then when she started laying that logic down, now all of a sudden, you're emasculating me. That sounds like a feeling to me, sir. So is it really facts over feelings? Or is it that these facts have to align with my feelings about what I believe? Whenever you feel an emotion, your body will tell you that you're feeling something. So is your stomach turning? Is your heartbeat increasing? Are you clenching your jaw? Are you furrowing your forehead? So for example, with me, my heart rate increases. I'll start clenching my jaw. My back will get real tight. And I know that I'm feeling something. Sit with that and attempt to understand what it is that you're feeling. Oh, I'm angry. Angry is a secondary emotion. What caused you to become angry? Right? And a number of men will go into disrespect. Okay, so I want you to reframe that. Why did you feel disrespected? Did somebody do something or say something to hurt you? Right. Because a number of men process hurt as disrespect. Why? Because you are supposed to be my peace. You are supposed to be my safety. Why are you causing me internal chaos? This hurts. This reminds me of a period of time where I was unable to defend myself, right? Now that I'm able to defend myself, I'm going to push back against what it is that you're saying. Because what I'm beginning to recognize, well, not beginning to recognize, I've recognized, but I've had to shift up the way that it is I approach it. A number of men have a significant amount of mother trauma. Okay. A lot of Black men have a lot of mother trauma, right? And that relationship with their mother in their formative years creates that space that they attempt to shield everybody else from. Why? Because this was a period of point in time in my life where I could not defend myself against what this person was saying. I could not speak up or I could not engage back. Why? Because they're gonna flip the fuck out. Right. They're gonna try to beat me. They're gonna try to put me up. They're gonna try to destabilize me further. This is the reason why so many men, when they are in relationships with women and the women engage in manipulation tactics or manipulation techniques, the men can see it. But because they're used to it, they believe that this is just how women are. Get out your feelings is the denial of your emotional entirety. And once again, you ask me, how do I assist men through this? I tell them, if a woman places your gender before your humanity, leave her.
Explain that, because a lot of men don't understand that.
You should not feel this way because you are a man. But I am telling you that you harmed me. So what you want me to do is you want me to make the emotional space for you, and you are not willing to reciprocate it for me? Girl, fuck you.
I'm sorry. I know you're gonna be mad that I'm laughing, but I mean, that's facts though. It's facts.
I am an equal opportunity, I'm gonna piss you off person.
Everybody gonna be pissed off.
Everybody gonna be pissed off. Bell Hooks identified that even in the most studied of feminist circles, when the conversation became about men taking up the emotional space, women began utilizing some of the same language that their counterparts in the patriarchy were using to describe emotional men. Right? These men were identified as narcissistic, dramatic, and wanting to shift away from women's issues by taking up the space on the emotional stage. Oh. So do we really want men to be emotionally intelligent, or do we want them to be emotionally convenient? Do we really want to dismantle the patriarchy, or do we want, how can I say, benevolent patriarchs? Because the word benevolent patriarch literally means good man, good father. If you are staying somewhere simply because you are afraid of being alone, or if you are staying somewhere simply because you believe that that's better than being alone, you have not taken the time to get to know yourself. And I don't say that in the cliche way. I say that in the way of you are attempting to hide the parts of yourself that you do not want to accept in somebody else. Right? They are serving as a distraction to the growth that you need to be doing within yourself. Right? You are running from you and into somebody else. That's the reason why y'all keep butting heads. That's the reason why y'all keep having these arguments, because you are attempting to manage them and manage their stuff instead of managing your own. Spend some time with yourself, right? Not in the space of isolation. When I say yourself, I don't mean it in the individualistic way. I mean in the expansive, relational way.
Okay.
Right? Your family, your friends, the people who remind you of you. First set of notes that you're gonna take, bro, when she get on her period, I shit you not, pay attention to the pads or the tampons that she uses, pay attention to the snacks that she eat, pay attention to the movies that she watch, and pay attention to the food that she eat. Once again, food and snacks is two different things, y'all. Food is meals and it's snacks. Pay attention to the products, pay attention to the snacks, pay attention to the TV, pay attention to the meals. For example, my shorty, she used 2 of the honey pot. She used the purple joints and she used the orange joints. The snacks, Reese's. Food, anything with red meat in it. The shows, anything that's like baddies, anything in that genre, she cool.
And let me show you how I do my work.
Yeah.
Let me show you how I do my work, right? When I go on my girl, right? And this may be TMI, because I even don't like when I talk about these type of things, but it is what it is. You don't show the work that you do, so I gotta step up as a man.
You feel me? We gotta do a little bit of the manly, do you feel me?
Right? My shorty's an ATL shorty. I don't mean Atlanta. I made an acronym for when she's on her period, what she needs for her pads. ATL, always thin long.